Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out XLM's price chart, and what we talked about in the previous update basically played out. Because if you remember, the last time that we talked about solar lumen, we were right around the lows, and the idea was that maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, and well, after a 5 wave on the downside, one way or the other, bullish or bearish, we are going to get a move up in the short term, and we said be prepared for that move. So if it happens, you're not going to be surprised at all. And what do you know, we got our move up. Now, question, can this actually be an optimistic sign, or maybe it's actually part of having an ABC zigzag, which the subways for it are going to look like this: 5 down into a correction for wave B, let's say WXY, doesn't really matter, and then another 5 wave on the downside into RC. What is going on in here? Let's zoom on more and see. Okay, as you can see in here, between this move down and also this one, we do have like a very small overlapping of the waves. But here's the thing, I think that is actually ignorable. So based on that, you can consider two different scenarios. And because this move up seems to get quite deep, okay, we can say in case that this is going to be a correction, a structure into our B leg, and then we are going to have another move down into C, then okay, I believe we have to entertain the idea of having a WXY potentially in form of a double zigzag to about, let's say, these areas, and let's just draw our WXY. There we go. Now, if this scenario is happening, then okay, probably from like, let's say, just a bit higher, we want to see a rather strong move down, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without a lot of overlapping of the waves, in order to at least take this important low down here about, let's say, 38 cents. So if we see soon in XLM a strong move down, focus on the word, our move down has to be strong. I'm going to tell you in a bit why. Okay, at that point, maybe you should count on a continuation of this move down a little bit in order to, who knows, maybe even retest this important level, the high band of it, specifically somewhere around 36.5 cents. Now, here's a very important point. We can consider in this area many different scenarios, but overall, I'm going to say most of them do actually end up with the same conclusion. Why? Because in my view, in XLM, there's like a very high chance we are having from the lowest low 5 wave up into one correction for wave 2, and what's next, very strong bounce into wave 3, 4, 5 in order to hopefully start the next major phase of the bull run. So one way or the other, no matter what is going to happen in the short term, I would like to be optimistic as long as I'm not proven otherwise. Now, here's a question: what if we are actually much more bullish, and for example, instead of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this thing right in here by itself is like a WXY in form of a double zigzag? Then okay, in this area in the short term, you are allowed to see a move on the downside in XLM. However, if we want to be bullish, this move has to be a slow and choppy one down. So as you can see, one way or the other, let's say in the next 48 hours, we should get a move down, but it's actually the shape of that move that is going to determine what might happen next in XLM. And are we in like very short term bullish, or maybe we're going to get a move down in order to take this important low once more and then get our very strong bounce back. And final point, if you insist on being optimistic right away, then I guess you can say this is 1, 2, wave 3 to about here, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and I don't know, maybe this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. In a better scenario, I can say maybe we are having 1, 2, and this white 5 wave up is into wave 3 correction for another move into wave 5, and even that one on a higher degree is going to be into wave 3 and 4 and 5. So if we are looking bullish in XLM, number 1, this move has to continue a little bit more, and number 2, we should get a move down. That's just part of the process. However, it's the shape of that move that is going to decide what is going on in here, and whether the final low right at this point around 37.5 cents is in or not. Overall, do not get me wrong, we are looking extremely optimistic, and I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a solar luminous chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.